This is the KitchensinkWP podcast, episode 406.
I program my own computer.
We have a server crash, 404 error, page not found, links aren't working, system is crashing, system is crashing, system is crashing.
Your old HTML website, barely alive. We have the technology. We have WordPress. A new website, better than it was before. Better, stronger, faster. We have the technology. The
Why, hello everybody, this is Adam Sorley, the host of the Kitchen Sink WP podcast. Thanks for being here. Let's get started. All right, upcoming events. There are not any events next weekend. Sorry to say, nothing online that I saw that I could share right now, or in person just yet. We're close, we're getting there, and more about that in a second. All right, moving on, segment one in the news. Two things to talk about now and today. WordPress 5.9 Beta 1 has been released, even though I mentioned a few weeks ago that 5.9 was delayed until end of January. But the beta 1, the progress is still moving forward. Things are still happening. So you can now test 5.9 beta 1. And there's a way to do that. Link in the show notes how you can help, because testing for bugs is a critical part of getting these releases out of the beta stage. So for sure. Also, if you have not filled out the annual survey just yet, there's a couple weeks left to do that. There's a link in the show notes. It's on WordPress.org. It's in the very top of the page, a big orange bar up top. Not real that big, but I have a link in the show notes as well. You can take the survey, multiple different languages: French, German, Japanese, Russian, or Spanish, as well as English. And it'll be it's pretty cool to see the results. 2020 results are still available up on the website. 17,000 responses were collected from last year, so it's pretty neat to see this stuff. So if you have not taken the survey, by all means, I recommend that you do so. I do it every year, so it's pretty cool. All right, so that's it in the news. And moving on to the meat and potatoes of this week's episode. We are talking about the holidays, and with that, my 9 ideas for gifts for your WordPress geeky person in your life, friend, including me. If you want to send me something, it's a holiday gift guide, as I do every year. And this one's a little looser than I've usually done. I'm usually very specific about specific things in WordPress. This year, not so much. A little bit wider swath, if you will. But with that said, starting off with the obvious, number 1 out of the 9 things is WordPress swag. Yes, there have been no camps, WordCamps, or conferences in person for almost 2 years now, but you still can't go wrong with a nice WordPress t-shirt or anything else with the WordPress logo on it. Lots to choose from. It's over at the WordPress swag store, so you can't go wrong with that. Okay. Number 2, as we're still in the days of Zoom meetings and calls, it's not really completely leaving us just yet. Maybe, just maybe, someone in your life needs a better microphone. You know, they don't have to be overly expensive. You don't need to go spend $500, $600, $700, but something has got to be better than the one that's built into people's laptops. So I've been using the one that you're hearing me on right now is the ATR 2100. 7.5, 8 years now I've been using it. There is a newer version, both, I think it's under $100. Highly recommend it. Not difficult to go and get a new microphone as a gift for somebody. On that same topic of Zoom meetings and calls, a webcam. Also a great option, under $100. They might be a little bit more right now because I think there was a issue with getting stuff, but I think it's come back. I'm running a Logitech C930, I believe. It's an HD camera. It sits on top of my monitor, which that alone is an upgrade. How many people don't really like to look up, people's noses? The cameras on laptops are nice, but the angle is not great usually because it's angled up. So at a bare minimum, maybe just get someone to stand for their laptop, maybe as a side idea there. So, okay. So a webcam, great option as well. Also about $100, maybe $140, I don't know. Moving away from equipment and onto what fuels us geeks and nerds, including myself, that would be food and beverage. So starting with beverages, a coffee or tea subscription box. There are plenty of them out there. I did a little research on these. I'm not connected to any of these in any which way, but there are literally dozens. But I was reading about them, and the one that kept coming up was, the top one was sips.by, sips.by. There's also Atlas Coffee Club, Beanbox, Art of Tea, and Blue Bottle Coffee. So I thought that was interesting as well. Also, if you want just a faster, lower cost approach to doing this, you could just do a gift card to a very large retailer that we all know who's out there. Not a subscription, but just, an e-gift card. I'll take one of those if you want to send me one. I often go to places like that to co-work, so just FYI. All right. Also, on the food and beverage, food. So 2 ideas here kind of popped in my head. HelloFresh, if you kind of get pressed for time in cooking or grocery shopping, we actually did this as a family earlier this year. It's pretty cool. It's not bad. I had a coupon deal, so I got a pretty good deal for like 8 meals for, I think it was like $15 because I was like a first-time member. I have since then paused most of the weeklies for a while because it's kind of pricey for us at the moment. But anyway, HelloFresh, pretty cool. And also another one that I may do again this year, nuts.com. I sent this one to a friend of mine a few years back, and they really liked it. So it's also a really good service. So I think they may do subscription. I'm not sure, but nuts.com, because it's a good, healthy choice to have some as a snack, as an option there. So, okay. Number 6, 7, and 8 are over in the software realm of things. Because many people in the space that I live in here in WordPress, we all like shiny new objects. So with that said, number 6 would be an AppSumo gift card, because AppSumo is an addiction for many people. You know who I'm speaking to, those people who are listening right now. I'm not quite addicted as some of my other colleagues are, but it's out there. The other 2 pieces of software I would recommend would be Text Expander. You can get that as a gift to somebody, and or 1Password. Both are vital tools on a day-to-day basis of people in the world of technology, WordPress, geekage, etc. Okay, and last but not least, as I said earlier, ideally 2022 we'll have some events in person again, WordCamps, conferences, etc. So with travel being a thing, why not an Airbnb gift card? A little give someone some help getting to a conference or staying while they're at their conference. So not a bad idea. So there you go. My top 9 ideas this year for your WordPress geeky person, friend, nerd in your life, including me. So there you go. I've sent this with my family already, and we'll see what happens with that. So, all right. Moving on to segment 3, tip and tool of the week. This one was recommended by a friend of mine, Dustin, actually. It's getcssscan.com. It's a fast and easy way to check and copy and edit CSS. It's really cool. You can do it right on the front end of any web page, of any element you hover over. You don't need to inspect element anymore. It's pretty neat, and you can then copy its rules with a single click. So it's over at getcssscan.com. I'm not connected to them, not an affiliate, just a really cool looking tool. So check that out. All right, that is it for this week. Nice, short, and sweet episode. I'm going to wrap it up here. If you have any questions, go ahead, send it in to me, adam@KitchensinkWP.com, or use the speak pipe function on the website. If you want to support the show, become a Patreon. I would really appreciate that. You want to sponsor the show? I would love that too. There's a form on the website. And if you're looking for business coaching, consulting, or accountability, that is over at adamsilver.com. Thanks for listening. See you next week. Now go out and do some awesome things with WordPress. All right. Bye-bye.